Yeah.
All right. Okay. So I think do you have to give me permission, or are we good to go?
I've given you permission. So it says recording is in process.
Cool. All right. Excellent. Great. All right. So, hey there, it's Marnie Homer here from Copywriters International, and I'm known as the Queen of Content Creation. But today, the spotlight is on the beautiful Kate Hore-Lacy. Hi, Kate. How are you?
Hey, Manny. Good to see you.
You too. Thank you so much for being here today.
Oh, my pleasure.
Awesome. Now, Kate, tell us a little bit about you and about what it is that you actually do to help people with sales.
Sure. So I work with non-salespeople who have to sell. People that, if you're in business for yourself, you have to sell pretty much day in, day out, but it doesn't mean that a lot of people like it. In fact, most of the people I work with actually think they hate it. And that's a problem because whenever you're not making sales, you're not making any money. And it means that people are struggling in their business. So I help them get over that fear of sales, just come up with a nice, tailored, non-salesy approach so that they can welcome more customers and clients into their business, make more money, and do more of what they were born to do.
Awesome. Yeah. See that you're actually on point there when you say that many people think that they hate sales. And I actually come across that with some of my clients. I'm known as the Queen of Content Creation, and I do that so that I can get my clients seen and heard. And then of course, liked, known and trusted. But once I get those leads into the inbox, it's really up to my clients to be able to convert them. And so many of them fall down there. Why do you think that is? Is it the fear?
Yeah, it's challenging when you've got your own business and your own offer. Like I know even with myself, I sold so well for other companies, but when it's our own offer and it's our own baby, when it's something that's so important to us, that fear of rejection, like of what will happen if they say no. It doesn't mean they're rejecting me because it's your offer. So people get a little more scared. People are also, again, because it's them and they've put themselves out there, they worry about, what if people think that I'm salesy? What if they think that I'm all about the money? When I'm not, I just really want to help them. So you've got all of this stuff going on, which is why mindset is so important. But if you can kind of get over yourself, put all your attention on the client, knowing that you can help them, and then take them through a sales process which will just help make it easier for them to say yes, then you can help more people. You can get that momentum going. You can start realizing that selling is actually serving. And even if people say no, it doesn't hurt that much. But what does hurt is doing the same thing over and over again, that same thing that's not working, which is basically can be winging it when it comes to sales conversations, which is not ideal. It can be not having a sales process to follow at all. It can be shying away from any difficult questions. And look, Maney, I have done all of this. I've made all of these mistakes myself. And sometimes when I'm booked out and I haven't had to sell for a while, I can then go back in and continue to make them. And then I have to kind of get my own self back on point, redo my own training. So I'm like, okay, hell, I've got this. I just kind of sailed in there and just made some mistakes again. So we all do it and it's okay. But if you have something really valuable to offer, which I'm sure a lot of the people out there watching this have, then you owe it to your clients and yourself to stand behind your offer and ask people to kind of come in and work with you. Yeah.
Awesome. And I think you're exactly right then. I think people do, when it's their own baby, they have all of these ideals and convictions. And I think they do take it all a little bit too personally, don't they?
Yeah, they do. They do. It's like when you have to speak to maybe a room, like a massive audience of people. If you can just put your attention on them rather than yourself and stop worrying about how you're looking and how you're coming across, that can really help people get over the nervousness of speaking on stage, for instance. Well, it's exactly the same as sales. You know, how can you really put all of your attention on that ideal client, that person you're speaking to? How can you ask questions and still kind of take control at the start so that they know that they are held, so they know they can relax and just go through the process and you've got them? But then it's kind of about really listening, being super present and asking those right questions that are going to help those people kind of to get clarity and to kind of come to a really empowered decision. Because in good sales, really all we're trying to do is help them to get to an empowered yes or no. It doesn't matter which. If you're really in it to help them, it doesn't matter if they say yes or no. It's helping for both of you to see if you're the right fit for them. And to do that, you've got to help them to get clarity. So that means getting them to answer and talk about some questions that are going to help them gain that clarity. So by the end of it, they'll know whether this thing is going to really work for them or not.
All right, awesome, fantastic. So for anyone that's out there watching and who's a little bit nervous about getting the sales, that they might be getting the leads, it might all be happening for them, but then it's really down to them. What are 3 quick pointers you could give them that could help them to ease that anxiety that they might be feeling?
Firstly, get training. I sold okay when, way back when I was 19, I fell into a sales role. I worked hard because I always apply myself. But if I hadn't had training, I would have done just okay. With training, I became one of the best sales reps in Victoria and sometimes in Australia, all that. But I've used that sales training right through my life. And I think everybody should get some sales training. It doesn't cost that much. It's actually super fun to do. And once you've got it, you can utilize it for life. So that's the first thing. Don't just try and wing it, just get a little bit of help with it. So that's the first thing. The second thing is, get really prepared for the sales conversation. Get yourself in a really great frame of mind. You can dance around. What I love telling people, which is a very small tweak, but it's a really powerful one. A lot of people go into sales conversations thinking, oh, what if they say no? Oh, I really hate selling. I wish I didn't have to do this. Oh, I just really don't feel like this today. I've been at my computer all day, barely spoken to anyone. I don't, and you can just feel the constriction of that energy as it pulls in. So what you've got to do is you've got to expand. You've got to get yourself in your best frame of mind so you can bring your full presence there to be with that ideal client of yours. So a great way to do that is you can, of course, power pose, walk around like this. You can dance around a little bit. And what I'd love you to give this a go is, instead of thinking those thoughts, firstly, be aware of them. And then what you want to think is, what if this was an easy yes?
Mm-hmm.
What if this was an easy yes? What if this was an easy yes? And that should change your whole energy. I had one of my friends, actually, she was feeling sick about this sales call. I gave this to her and she's like, you could feel her whole energy on the call just shift. She rang me for a pep up call and then she said, you could feel it. It was palpable. And she closed the client and she said, that was a game changer. So many of us, be aware of your mindset going in, prepare. Also prepare as far as researching that ideal client, making sure you've got your questions ready. Make sure that you know how this is going to help them so you can lead that discussion in the way that you know it should go. And then the third piece of advice, which is super simple again, and everyone can do this today, is to ask for the sale, which sounds super simple, but goodness me, sometimes people don't react the way that we would react. So they might be giving you no buying signals, no kind of like, oh, that sounds good. That sounds exciting. Oh, they might be just like this and be like, yeah, you know. And so you're like, and they might say, oh, this kind of thing. uh, or give you some objections about price and so on. And obviously, objections are great doorways to help you to help clients to talk through their fears and their qualms and to overcome them in themselves and still go ahead. But if you're not going down that path, even without that path, just simply asking for the sale should make you thousands and thousands of dollars each year if you commit to doing it today, and reward yourself when you get one of those surprise sales, which will happen, and probably even penalize yourself. Give $50 to someone, like a politician you hate or something, like to, something like that, because it's such an important habit to get into. You can't just make up your own mind that they're not interested and not ask for the sale. So practice asking for the sale. So it's really easy breezy, and then just simply ask.
Beautiful. They're really good points there. So Kate, tell anyone that's listening, like, how you can help them. What do you do, trainings yourself for sales, or talk
Yeah,
about what you do?
absolutely. I'm so passionate about my sales success bootcamp. So I love, I know that you help people with copywriting mainly, but even
Mhm,
copywriters, I help with their messaging sometimes,
mhm.
because anyway, so I will help with people getting their offer really right so that it is on point and it is connecting with people. With their messaging, we do a messaging makeover for all of their social media and so on. I love helping people with video. A lot of the time people just can't get started, so I hold their hand as they get started. And of course, I help them with that key piece, the whole sales piece. So anyone interested in doing the boot camp, come on board. I will hold your hand all the way. If you work hard, I'll work harder. You'll feel so supported. I really believe that sales training can't just be learned. You can't just get an information program and expect that to work, because people sometimes they know what to do, but they don't have the confidence to do it. So I help people to practice and practice and practice, get it in their body, in a safe place. So when they take it out into the world, so it's got more of a chance to work, then it works. And they're like, yes, that worked. That was really easy. That felt really good. That becomes part of their process. And they're on to the next piece and the next piece. And even at 20% rise in your sales closing rate means 20% more money per year. So winning. So that's what I help people do. Do get in touch with me. We'll have a chat, see if this will be right for you. But as I said, affordable, and it will pay you for the rest of your life.
Awesome. All right. And so lastly, Kate, how do people get hold of you if they want to know more?
So they can come and find me at my website, katehore-lacy.com. You can hit me up on LinkedIn, just send me a message. I might even give you a little free offer, Maney, that you can put in the comments if anyone wants to learn. There are 3 easy closing questions that help people close themselves. So I'll give that to you as well. And if people opt in for that, watch the short training, you can reply to any one of my emails. It's me on the other end, and just say, hey, Kate, you can ask me a question, or just reach out if you need help, and I'm there for you.
Awesome. Great. Kate, thank you so much for giving me your time today. It's been an absolute joy to have you on. And I look forward to working again with you maybe in the future.
Sounds good, Maney. Take
All
care.
right. Thank
Thanks,
you.
everyone. Bye.
Bye.